Hello and welcome. Now, before getting into the specifics of this course, it's going to be necessary to establish a working definition of a sales funnel. Now, if you visualize how a funnel works, wide at the top, narrow at the bottom, you'll be able to understand the basic idea. A sales funnel captures a massive number of people into an opt-in or a very low-priced product. Then, through subsequent marketing efforts, some of those customers are asked to purchase more specific benefits at higher price points. Now, as a marketer, you are creating different offers after the initial offer to move buyers deeper into your own sales funnel. Now, a funnel can be executed within one launch at one point in time, which is called a vertical funnel. In other words, the buyer sees different offers after the first one to entice them to move deeper into the funnel. Information marketers have traditionally called these OTOs, which stands for one-time offers. However, now rarely these offers are presented as one-time events. They're typically presented as unique opportunities with some kind of scarcity attached to them. At the same time, a funnel can be executed over a period of time, and that's called horizontal funnels. Now, this course will focus on the launch funnel, where offers are shown one on top of the other after the buyer makes their first purchase, or a vertical funnel. Now, this course will demonstrate the steps you need to take to make sure you have a sales or launch funnel that is effective in maximizing your profit and leaks as few of your prospects and customers as possible. Now, a fully constructed sales funnel can get you the maximum profit and sales conversions from your launches and your regular business. So why are funnels important? Well, funnels definitely influence your profit. So the more people that you can move into the products that they will want for themselves that are related to their initial purchase, you'll make more for every launch. A well-constructed funnel will influence your earnings per click, and that will influence the participation that JVs will want to take with your particular launch. And as a result of that JV participation, they will enhance your reputation in the industry. There are going to be two concerns of this course. First, that your sales funnel is theoretically correct and efficient. Second, that it is fully formed to get as many customers deeper into your marketing funnel as possible. Now, with respect to the first major concern of the course, we will review the theory in the next video and discuss the theory behind an efficient structure of a launch sales funnel. After that, the course will then focus on the second major concern of the course elements of setting up a complete sales funnel in the remaining videos. That means adding all of the right components that can lead to more sales and then move more buyers into the funnel. So after the funnel fundamentals in video 2, the course will review sales page creation systems in video 3. Video 4 will discuss setting up branding and templates based on the theory. In video 5, you'll see how to set up an automated email at the point of sale. In video 6, you'll see how to create affiliate tools to match your offer. In video 7, you'll see a demonstration of remaking PDF and tutorial offers. In video 8, we'll review the thank you page for your offer. In video 9, we'll review the elements of a successful thank you page. In video 10, we'll implement an exit pop link. In video 11, we'll demonstrate how you'll collect leads during your launch. In video 12, we'll review the way to set up your upsell PayPal buttons. In video 13, we'll demonstrate how and why you need to have autoresponder follow-ups in place. In video 14, we'll demonstrate the basic social media setups and how to move your customers and prospects into your account. In video 15, we'll conclude by discussing the why of these elements and how they complete your funnel. Now, the goal of the course is that you'd be able to create a complete funnel and know why you're implementing each element. In this way, you'll be able to deviate from the fundamentals when you feel it is necessary. So with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Welcome back. Now, in this video, we're going to be talking about sales funnel theory and the fundamentals that we'll be assuming. Welcome back. Now, in this video, we're going to be talking about sales funnel theory and the assumptions we're going to be making as we go throughout the rest of the course. There are two key elements to remember when creating your front-end offer as well as your series of upsells. First, you need to consider determining your sales funnel before you actually create the product. This will help you to answer the right questions in your front-end product with an eye toward what you will create for the back end. Second, you need to make sure to stick with the same theme throughout your product funnel. This will keep the buyer in the right frame of mind once they purchase the front-end product. For example, if you're solving a problem with webinars, then your upsell should focus not only on the word webinars, but also solve the same problem. Your first concern should be how you're going to sell the product. So, the front-end product should solve a primary need. And in some cases, you may need to split that product into two pieces, one in the front end and one in the back end. So the basic level will be for most users, which is the solution that has the most mass appeal. The advanced section should be for more serious users, and that's what your upsell will go into. Now, the front-end offer should have mass appeal and is designed to get the maximum number of people through the front door. Now, you need to have a lot of value to solve that primary problem. So then, the key to transitioning to creating an upsell is that the entire sales funnel should be linked together. And when you're doing that linking, when you start creating upsells, the upsell should actually enhance the user's experience. It should bring them closer to their dream or solving their problem. It should make solving the problem easier by enhancing what they already picked up on the front end. And it should take them to the next level that the front end product actually takes them to. For example, a typical upsell would be a template-based solution. So where you explained how to do something in the front end, you're going to actually give them templates that they can fill in the blanks and get started right away. A second offer. So in some cases where you are selling perhaps PLR, where their primary motive is to generate profit with the front end, you can give them another offer to double their profit. You can give them an automated solution. So where in the front end, you taught them how to solve a problem, and then in the back end, you give them some kind of automated or software solution that will help them to speed up the process. Whatever your topic is, you want to stay on the message throughout the funnel. The message of the overall concept should stay the same. And it has to be related to the front end when you're creating an upsell. So don't try to change their minds. Don't try to get them to think differently about the solution that you're presenting in the front end. If they had a mindset when they entered the funnel or they purchased the first product, you need to keep them in that mind frame. Keep them in the mind frame of trying to solve the problem that you invited them to solve by purchasing your front end product. And you have to also understand that the JVs pre-sold your front end. So they've already told them and put people in the mindset of solving the problem. So you do best with your funnel by keeping people in that same mindset with your upsell. So whatever your front end product actually solved and did, your upsell should be tightly related in solving the same problem or helping them to get to the same goal. And those are the assumptions that you want to make as we go through creating the various elements of your sales funnel and making sure that all the gaps are plugged. You need to make sure that your funnel is structured correctly and that it is structured theoretically sound so that people will actually purchase what it is that you put together on the page. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Hello and welcome. Now in this video, we're going to be talking about your sales page system and how it fits into what you're going to be doing when you create the elements of your sales funnel. Now, during this course, we're going to be using the Optimized Press system, which is a WordPress plugin of page building. However, you do not have to use Optimized Press to do any of the things that we're going to be talking about in this course. You can use a cloud-based system like ClickFunnels or Leadpages, or you can use other WordPress plugins like InstaBuilder. What you're looking at right now is an editing screen from Optimized Press, and what's important about any page building system that you're going to be using, especially to create funnels over multiple products, are a couple of things. First, you need to be able to add and interchange header elements whenever you see it necessary or when you need to change things because something may or may not necessarily be converting. You need to easily be able to add elements from other pages, and as you can see here, You can clone certain elements, and you can do this in just about all the paging systems that I've mentioned. You can clone elements in one page, and you can take them over and move them into another page, and that's important when you have to retain continuity between your offers. Lastly, you need to be able to add scripts to whatever paging system you're going to be using. In some cases, you're going to want to use a retargeting script. In other cases, you're going to want to use an exit pop, but you need to be able to add scripts to your pages so that you'll be able to maximize your sales funnel. And you should also be able to restore different pages from their previous state. Now, again, you can do this in all the page building systems that we've mentioned, but this is important because you're going to need to make changes. Sometimes you're going to need to revert back to the original page if you find that something is not converting in the way that you want it to convert. So all of these pages can be created within HTML. However, it's very difficult to create them quickly and to make changes quickly. And so it's recommended that you use one of the paging systems that you feel most comfortable with, or one that's like OptimizePress, ClickFunnels, InstaBuilder, Lead Pages, something where you can make and add in different elements to make your sales funnel work. And so throughout the course, we're going to be using some of the basic page building functions in OptimizePress, although you can use any page building system you want. We're not going to use any premium systems, and in some cases, you'll be able to find better templates in the system you're already using. Lastly, this will not be a course on OptimizePress, so we will not get into the fine points of what you need to do with OptimizePress in order to make these things work. In each and every case, you'll need to find a very simple solution within your page building system. The most important thing is that you understand the what and the why to why we're putting the pages together that we are doing. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now in this video, we're going to be talking about branding and templates between your front-end product and then your upsell. Now you're looking at what could be considered to be a front-end template that we'd be using for a sales page. And what's going to be important is that when you structure this front-end product as well as your upsell, that you keep continuity visually in both the header and the footer. So in OptimizePress, this really is a matter of going into the navigational area and adding in a header. Now, you'll notice that you're going to have a logo, but we're going to actually get rid of the logo and we're going to keep continuity between the products. So what we've done is we've implemented a header. We've also entered, and we're also going to stretch that header across the page. Now what's going to be important about this is that we want to do this on all of our pages. So we don't want to change our header for the upsell. We don't want to change our header for the second upsell. We want to make sure that visually, when the buyer moves from page to page and they start to see the different offers, we want to maintain continuity that this is all going to be part of the same offer. It keeps the continuity that we are talking about the same subject. And this is something that, once again, isn't difficult to do, but it's a discipline that you and I need to continue to focus on because, again, it keeps the buyer focused on the same subject that we have been talking about at the very beginning. In OptimizePress, we want to do the same thing with the footer area. We want to make sure that the footer area is going to be consistent throughout all of our pages. And you want to test whether or not having a footer versus not having a footer there may necessarily either cause conversions to drop or cause conversions to increase. But regardless of what you do, you want to be consistent and you want to lean toward having a header versus not having a header there. And these are going to be very easy to implement throughout the paging system that you're using. Just make sure that it is consistent throughout the page system. Let's say that you decide also to use a branding image. This again should be consistent throughout the funnel. Now, one of the things that you want to be aware of is that you will always have different shots inside of any bundle that you are going to be purchasing or selling. And so when you do that, if you're going to be selling something that reflects magazine style or reflects a notebook style, then you want to have that in there. But if you're not going to have that in there, then you don't want to have these elements as part of your branding. Once again, what you're trying to do is you're trying to communicate in the background, you're trying to communicate psychologically exactly what your customer is going to be getting. And so you want to emphasize the things they are going to be getting, but you don't want to throw anything into an image that's going to confuse them and be contrary to the words that are going to be on the page. So again, if you're going to have all these elements as part of your package, then again, make sure that that's going to be in the sales copy. But if it's not going to be, then don't have those elements in there. Redo the branding image so that what's going to be part of the package is actually going to match the sales copy and what people are going to actually be getting. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now in this video, we're going to be talking about the squeeze page setup. Now, regardless of what page building system you're going to be using, you're going to be asked to connect your autoresponder, and you're going to ask to connect some kind of giveaway or report here. And the key in making this work for the entire sales funnel is once again going to be consistency. You are going to write a headline, and so that headline needs to be consistent with the theme that you're going to be talking about throughout your funnel. You want to bring people into the funnel based on solving the problem that you're going to be talking about throughout your sales funnel when they do actually buy. You'll notice here that the optimized press page building system allows you to put a logo here. But does the logo necessarily keep people on theme? Is that going to matter to people who actually want to solve a specific problem? And this is going to be the case where you might decide to take this logo out. You might even decide to put the header in, or at least the same color header that the rest of your sales funnel is going to be. You're going to have the opportunity to change the text on the button. And once again, now, do you want to use get instant access, or is that necessarily going to be important to the person that actually wants to solve the problem? When you can, you want to make a connection between the solution to the goal, to the dream, or wherever it is that your customer is actually going to be trying to get to, and what you actually put on this button. Once again, the consistency is going to be important, and you don't necessarily want to just focus on the actual words. So once again, we talk about webinars. It's not just about webinars. It's webinars that help us to get to the goal. If the goal in our product funnel is going to be to make sales on autopilot, then we want to talk about that someplace in this button. But if the goal is to set up webinars, then that's when we're going to use the word webinar. So again, we are focusing on the theme that we're going to be using every place on the setup page. Now, we are also going to get the opportunity in some cases to write some additional copy here as to what the person is going to receive once they get our giveaway. Now, once again, when we do this, we're talking about the benefits and what life is going to look like once they actually get their problem solved. We are going to be talking about what the guide is going to actually do. So we're still staying on message. We're still staying on theme. This is going to come back to one of the reasons why you want to design your funnel first, and then come back and design some of the materials. This is going to be consistent with the theme as well as what your product is going to do eventually once they've gone through the process and then they've actually made the purchase. And we have two choices when we actually opt in the person. We can actually send them to a thank you page that's going to tell them to check their email, or we can send them direct to an offer from here. And once again, this is going to be something that you're going to want to test to see which is going to get you the most sales, which is going to drive people deeper into your marketing funnel. Now, in the next video, we're going to be talking about that sales page, but you can actually put in here so that as soon as a person puts their name and email address in, they're going to be sent the confirmation, and then we decide what they're going to see next. And in most cases, we're going to go ahead and put the thank you page in here. But in some cases, you might want to have them see an offer, because if you're using double opt-in, they may or may not opt in. They may or may not complete the process. Unless they really want our giveaway, we may or may not get to see them or speak to them any other time. So this might be the only time to put the best offer in front of them. Once again, this is going to have to be a test as to which one is going to work better for you. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now that person is now going to go to their inbox and they're going to confirm their email subscription. And so we're going to be able to then send them a page through the autoresponder. Now we can send them to a delivery page, or it's here that we can actually send them to an offer, because we have already confirmed that they have become part of our email marketing list It's safe then for them to be sent to an offer unless you think it's going to anger them not to get what they've been promised right away. So basically, you want to decide and create your delivery page. You can actually make that delivery page the first auto response message that they're going to actually get. So although this is a minor detail, it's one that you do want to give some attention and make some decisions about which one is working best. Now, you can actually send people to a download page and they're going to actually be able to click the button and get what it is that you have promised to them. Now you can autoplay a video there to tell them what else is next, and you can even link to some of the other offers that you want to give them. For example, you can actually link to the actual offer that your giveaway is going to be tied to on this page. There's no law that says that they have to read the report first and then click over into what you've promised them or you've promised them to see. You can actually link to this on the thank you page because they've already confirmed, they've already become part of your email marketing list, and now you've actually delivered on what you promised. You're now free to send them to the offer that you brought them in to see. And you're going to notice once again that in Optimized Press, this page has no header. It has no other identifying markings. And once again, this is an area where you can actually brand. You don't necessarily have to brand as to what your sales page is going to be or what your product is going to be, but you can do that. And you want to, at minimum, be consistent with what they've just seen on the squeeze page. The social media buttons, once again, these are going to be things you want to be careful about, sending people to outside links. And in most cases, you can take this out. This is, again, another distraction. If you're going to have anything in here, linking, you want to link them direct to the offer you're going to be talking about, or at least some of your other offers. Again, this may or may not also be the place for you to put affiliate links. You're trying to drive people deeper and deeper into your funnel. Sending people off into another marketing funnel is going to distract them, and it's going to keep you from actually maximizing your profits. If you must send someone to a link, consider finding some other related products that you might have, or consider sending them to the offer that you've been talking about in the squeeze page. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now in this video, we're going to be talking about the thank you and delivery page. You're going to notice here that you can put in a thank you page, and what you want to think about is what you want this thank you page to say in this space. What you probably do not want to do is to deliver the giveaway on this URL. The reason is that you may or may not necessarily have the person to have opted in. You want them to continue the process, and sometimes if they get the delivery before they finish the confirmation, they may not finish and they may never become part of your list. So the most conservative thing to do is to find one of your templates that basically tells the person to check their email. All you're really going to do is tell them that they've signed up, thank you, and now what they need to do is confirm their subscription. Don't assume that they have done this, and don't assume they know how to do this. You want to make sure that you tell them, and if you even want to go one step further, you can autoplay a video on this page that shows them exactly what they need to do. You'll also typically get the opportunity to add in some more copy. Once again, you are giving them incentive to go and actually get the giveaway. So you want them to go and confirm. And what you're trying to do here on this page is to give them the incentive to go ahead and do what's necessary so they become part of your email marketing list. You're going to notice that there are no social media buttons. There are no more additional offers on this page because we want the client to take this one action. We don't want to distract them from anything that they're going to be doing other than becoming part of our marketing list so that we can continue to market to them. Now, again, you do have the option of sending someone direct to the offer, but you're almost guaranteeing that that person is not then going to be part of your list. So once again, if you're going to do that, just make sure that your testing bears out the fact that it's best for you to show them an offer instead of this thank you page. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. You are now looking at a portion of the Aweber website, and this is an account that is being used in order to connect with PayPal so that every purchase that is being made, you can actually designate that a person would be placed on a specific list. And all you've got to do is choose from your existing lists in Aweber. Now, Aweber has one of the apps that actually connect with PayPal. Now, your autoresponder may or may not connect with PayPal, and if it doesn't, that's okay. You can typically connect with a company called Zapier, and you'll notice that Zapier has a connection between GetResponse and PayPal, so that every time you make a sale in PayPal with your PayPal button, you can actually have someone added to your GetResponse account. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to Google the integration between your autoresponder and PayPal. For example, you'll see here with Zapier that Constant Contact integrates with PayPal, so that once again, all you'll really need to do is you'll need to have the service Zapier, which is a third-party service, which will then connect every sale that you make in PayPal to actually put the person inside of your autoresponder. But regardless of what method you use, you want to make sure that you are collecting names and email addresses at the point of sale so that you can continue marketing. And finally, every autoresponder is going to do this differently. But if you are maintaining a prospect list, you're going to want to make sure that when someone actually makes a purchase, that you have them taken off the prospect list, especially if you are actually emailing the prospect list in order to make a purchase. Now, you're looking at GetResponse right now, and you can see here that what we can do is we can start a process when someone subscribes to a specific message. And then in GetResponse, what we can do is we can have them removed from a specific campaign. And this is what you want to do. You want to make sure that your lists are highly targeted and that they are segmented. And you start this basic segmentation this way at the point of purchase. So this is something that you're going to want to have set up to be automated inside of your autoresponder. And you can do that based on when someone actually makes a purchase. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now in this video, we want to talk about the affiliate tools you're going to give those who are going to be promoting your product help make sales on your behalf. Now you're going to have the opportunity, as you can see here, to create different emails for your affiliates to be able to use. And what's less important than having content that looks like a particular email is making sure, again, that what your affiliates see, that they're going to get something that ties very closely to the theme that you're going to be talking about on your sales page and throughout your funnel. If you do a good job of tying to the basic problem that's being solved in all of your swipe emails that you give to your affiliates, you're likely going to see more sales to occur in the funnel. What you want your affiliates to be able to do is to tie to the theme. You want them to be talking about the thing that you're going to be talking about. And if you've been consistent from the front end all the way through all of your upsells to solving a specific problem, tying to the theme is going to give your affiliates more opportunities to make more sales on your behalf. Now, it's important again to say a word here about branding and the branding that your affiliates are going to be able to use. Obviously, you don't want affiliates who are going to be misrepresenting what you are actually going to be selling. But at the same time, what you want them to do is you want to encourage them to use the branding that you're going to be using in your actual sales page. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now in this video, we want to talk about PDFs and we want to talk about tutorial offers. Now, you're looking at a Microsoft Word document that will eventually be transformed into a PDF. Now, the physical act of putting a link in here and turning it into a PDF, this is something that you already know. But when you get to the end of the document, you're probably going to notice that there's probably going to be an ending statement. This is an opportunity for you to create some kind of call to action. And the call to action that you should actually be creating should be for the next available upsell, first of all. Second of all, it should be consistent with your theme. So even if you decide to add on to a statement here at the end of the document, it should have two basic principles. Again, tying to the theme and then encouraging people to take advantage of the next available upsell depending on where they're going to see this particular PDF document. The same thing is going to be true when you have the opportunity to use a bonus. And you're going to notice that they're going to be typically be a license document. There may be a something called free marketing tools, you want to remove those documents and you want to remake them. First of all, the free marketing tool should direct people back to an offer that you have on your domain. Sending people to affiliate links is a leak. This will send people out of your funnel and encourage them to think about things other than your offer. Your license should include your offers. It should include something that directs people deeper into your funnel. And that's even if what you're doing is you're taking a master resale rights or a resale rights or a PLR product and you're using the license. You want to make sure that that license has your URL in it and it directs people to the next available offer. Anything else is a leak out of your funnel. You're going to notice several different levels of documents here. Now, you may not have time or you may not feel it to be worth your time to go through each and every one of these documents. This can be something that you outsource, but you want to make sure that in each and every document in the bonus that you're directing people to your links. People are going to open up different documents at different times. They're going to even send these documents in some cases to other people. You want to make sure that people are going into your marketing funnel. You don't want to direct them to affiliate links in every case. Sometimes it'll make sense, but in most cases, it's going to make sense that you direct people to an offer that you have on your page. And the more consistent that you can make it with what they're talking about in this particular bonus or even the offer that's associated with, the more likely it is that you're going to make more sales. In some cases where you have the rights and you have the source files, you want to rebrand the graphics to direct people back to your sites and your offers. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now in this video, we're going to be talking about download page links. Now, when you have a template for your download page links, you're going to have a couple of decisions you're going to have to make. Now, obviously, you want to give your customer or your client exactly what they have already paid for, and you want to make that front and center, and you want to make that easy to get. Now, the other thing you're going to have the opportunity to do is you're going to have the opportunity to either replace some of these other icons with some other links, and in other cases, you're going to be asked by affiliates and other partners in order to put their download links on your page. Now, if you choose to do that, what you want to do is you want to make prominent the next step that your customer is going to need to take. So in other words, you want to be able to add in right after the download page the upsell. So if your customer has not purchased the upsell, you want to make it possible for them to be able to do that. You also want to make it possible for them to take any steps that they can in order to go deeper into your marketing funnel. Now, this is not to cheat your affiliates, but if you're going to have a leak, you want to make sure that you have spoken to your customers as close to the download page as you can. And then if you're going to give up this real estate to someone else and it's going to leak out of your funnel, it needs to be a significant business relationship, or it needs to be something that you feel is just absolutely necessary either to get the affiliate to promote or to maintain a decent relationship. You're going to notice that in this area, there is no header, there is no footer. Now, it's a good idea if you want people to consider your upsell, once again, that you brand your download page, you brand your members area. You want to make sure that where you have the opportunity to place images of what's going to be in your upsell, that you do that you put your header in these areas that you have the opportunity to do. Again, what you're trying to do is to maintain continuity and consistency. The most important thing about your download page is that you keep your download page as focused as you can, at least after the first download, to the next stage in the funnel. So if your client has not yet purchased the upsell, you want to give them an offer to purchase an upsell in this area with an image. Now, in some cases, what you may want to do is you may want to offer your client the opportunity to become part of your email marketing list. Now, you may ask, why would you ask for a name and email address if you've already done that in the purchase process? Well, in some cases, what you're going to find is that people will use their PayPal address, and that's not going to be the best email address for them to receive your mailings, to receive updates about the product, and any marketing that you're going to be doing. So you want to ask them for their best name and email address. Now, you're probably going to have to give them some incentive to become part of your email marketing list. When you do this, please don't hold them from the product. Make sure that they get their download on this page. Give them some additional incentive, some kind of surprise offer that they're going to get if they opt in when they put their name and email address in, because you want to get their best name and email address in. The other thing that you want to be aware of is that this email address should be one that you want to get a double opt-in. Now, in some cases, you might use single opt-in. Maybe you might use single opt-in when you are actually collecting names and email addresses at the purchase price. But at this point, you want to be able to collect a double opt-in email address because it's going to be of a higher quality than the single opt-in email address. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, when you put your sales page together, you're going to be getting traffic from affiliates. You might be getting the traffic from the platform. You might be getting traffic from places that you actually drove. And so not all these people are going to be your customers. And so one of the things you're going to want to assume is that some people are just not going to be ready to buy. And that means that you're going to want to use an exit pop. So we're going to go inside of the page settings inside of Optimize Press. And in Optimize Press, this is called an exit redirect. Now, it may be called something different in your page builder. But basically what you're going to be doing is you want to make sure that when someone leaves your page, that they get a message and that they get a redirect to another page. And this is where you're going to give them an offer, an opt-in offer, some kind of very enticing offer that they have to put in their name and email address in order to get. So you want to put your best opt-in here, and you also want to make sure that whatever this offer is, that it's highly relevant to what brought them to the page. And again, these are things that you can test, but you want to get the opt-in if the person decides to leave your page. And you can do that by redirecting them to a URL where you have an offer that is already in place. Now, your page builder may not have that script built in, but you can actually place that script into a location like this other scripts area where it will actually execute the exit pop for you. So you can purchase these scripts. There's actually one included with this course. And so you can use those scripts in order to use your HTML pages, or you can do it inside of some of those page builders that will not execute an exit pop. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now in this video, we want to set up for lead collection as you start to initially get traffic to your offer. Now we are covered when someone leaves the page without taking action on our offer. However, there are going to be times when someone may not get to that point, and we want to be able to collect names and email addresses even before they get to the exit pop. And we can do this inside of most autoresponders. And so in this particular case, what we would do once we have created our list is we're going to just take a look and edit this particular form. And what you're going to notice is that the form gives us some options. The first option that we need to discuss is that the download file URL, well, you don't necessarily want to give the download right away. Once again, you want the person to opt in order to get the file. You want them to go ahead and become part of your list. And so you want to give them a thank you page, not a download URL at this point. Now, let's take a look at some of the other settings. Well, one of the things we can do is we can actually make sure that the box appears the way we want. So if we wanted to scale down or slide in or fade in, we can do that. We can decide on how long it takes to show up. And we can decide on how long it's actually going to show up for a particular user. And so we might put 3 days, we might put 90 days. And of course, if possible, we want these people to be double opt-in, so we want a confirmed opt-in. So what we would do is save and publish this form. We would then copy the code, and then we would go back to our site. We would then inject the code into a place where our scripts are going to be held. And then we're going to save it into our page builder. Now, every page builder is going to be different. Every autoresponder is going to be different, but you are going to have to get a code. You are going to have to put it either in the header or footer area of your page builder and then save. And what happens is when the visitor actually comes to the page, this form will eventually show up according to the delay. And so we get the opportunity to collect names and email addresses even before they consider the offer. Now, again, this is something that you're going to want to test. You want to make sure that this does not affect your conversions and that this does not necessarily anger your affiliates, that you would just be collecting leads when they're actually sending traffic in order to make money with your offer. This isn't a hard and fast rule that you must have a popover, but it is a way for you to tighten up your funnel, collect more of the leads, and keep them inside of your marketing funnel. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk briefly about your upsell PayPal buttons. And you've probably been through the process where you have gone to PayPal, you've created a new button, you've set your price, and you've created your product. And then comes to where you need to decide on where you're going to send the buyer once they've actually been through the process. Now, if you have upsells, you want to make sure that when the customer finishes their checkout, that their upsell link goes in this box. And if you're going to deliver by a membership script, you want to deliver them to a thank you page. The only way that you're going to deliver them direct to the product is if you're not using a membership script and there are not going to be any additional upsells. In every case, the way you're going to deliver people to your upsell using PayPal is going to be in this area in step 3. This is how they're going to get there. Now, if you're wondering how they're going to click off of it or use the no thanks link where you're going to direct that on your page. But this is the important part of the PayPal process. You need to put their upsell link in this box inside of step 3 inside of the PayPal button. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now in this video, we want to talk about setting up your follow-up messages. Now we're inside of GetResponse right now, and what we're going to do is go to create an autoresponder. And what you're going to notice is that there are some messages that are already here. But assuming that your product is new and your list is new and that you haven't created any messages, what you want to do is to create a series of messages that you want to set up a series of messages so that when your buyer actually gets the first message, they're going to get more messages encouraging them to pick up the upsell. Now, there are a couple of things you're going to want to do when you set up these autoresponders and these follow-ups. Now, we've spoken previously about list automation. And so when your buyer becomes part of your initial list, you want to have them removed from that list at each subsequent purchase. So you want to make sure that they are opted in to each list once they make a purchase, and that when they make that purchase and they're added to this list, they are taken off of the list of their last purchase. What this means is that they're only going to be on the list of their last purchase and not on their initial one. So again, as soon as they are subscribed to a particular list, let's say an upsell list, they need to be removed from the last product that they actually purchased. What you're doing is you're segmenting the list, but you're also making sure that at least during the launch period, that they're not going to get emails from 2 different places, but at the same time, you want to make sure that they get all of the follow-ups, encouraging them to continue to buy the upsell. And you do that by creating individual lists and linking those lists to each purchase of a product. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now in this video, we want to talk briefly about social media setups and in your autoresponders. The last message that you're going to have in the series for a particular launch, you want to encourage people to become part of whatever your existing social media presence is. So if you have a presence on YouTube or Facebook or even Twitter, We want to encourage people in that last email to become part of your social media following or your community. You don't want to necessarily link out from the download page. Once again, what are we trying to do in the download page? We're trying to encourage people to click on the upsell. We don't want to send them into distraction. Now, this is almost certainly going to be a distraction. It's almost certainly going to lead to leakage. So we do want to encourage them to become part of our social media following because that does close up our funnel. But we want to leave that for last, and we want to put it inside of the follow-up if possible. Or even if you have a webinar that you're doing after the fact, that's a good place to mention all of your social media accounts. Most people are probably going to watch the replay, but that's a good time to let people know that you've got a social media following that you like for them to become part of. So with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. In conclusion, everything that we did from setting up our download page to setting up our sales page was really designed to attract as many prospects as we can and to keep them in our marketing funnel. So we minimize the opportunities to put affiliate links and other links that take people outside of our marketing funnel and maximize the opportunities to keep them in. We also maximize our opportunities to collect leads and then to get more sales. The whole idea behind completing the funnel is making sure that we don't have leaks outside and lots of opportunities for our prospect or our buyer to click outside of things that will take them away from our funnel. At the same time, we talked about the fact that we want our branding, we want our images, we want our messaging to be consistent from offer to offer, so that the customer always knows what the primary theme is and that we keep them in that frame of mind so that even as we offer upsells with more value and more opportunities for them to get closer to their goal, that they will be more in the mindset that they will actually want what we have to offer. And so now as you begin to set up your own squeeze page and thank you pages, remember to make sure that what you're doing is you're keeping a consistent message of getting the buyer closer to their goal through the solution that you are offering them on the front end. You continue to enhance that. You continue to give them more value. You continue to make it easy for them in your upsells and your cross-sells. And when it's possible, we even want to start that messaging as early as we possibly can at the point at which affiliates are promoting a message that's going to be consistent with our entire funnel, so that your buyer is in the mind frame of getting themselves closer and closer to a solution they want to have or to a goal they want to accomplish. And so that's it for making sure that you have a complete sales funnel. And with that, thanks, and I will see you either in another video or in another course.